my side and let me share the screen. Okay. So any questions, any doubts?
Sir, hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, is any separate patching for developer editions?
Separate patching for usually patches won't be released for developer edition, enterprise editions and all. Okay. A single pack will be there. You cannot download a developer edition patch, enterprise edition patch, nothing like that. Update is an update only.
Okay.
Okay, so all are like same only. There are no separate patches for each edition. Again, good question. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, if in case no data engine, the
Mhm.
server is working or not?
See, server means data engine only. If there is no data engine, there is no server.
Okay.
Okay. If
Sir,
you installing one server means it will install one data engine. On behalf of the server, the data engine will be up and running. Okay. As you said, if the data engine is not running, if there is no data engine, there is no server. Okay. Any questions, guys?
sir, what is integration services?
Integration services will help you to integrate the data from different sources. Like you want to load the data from Excel sheet to SQL Server, or you want to export the data from SQL Server to Excel sheet, from Notepad to SQL Server, from SQL Server to Notepad, from Oracle to SQL Server to Oracle, MySQL to SQL Server, SQL Server to MySQL. So it will help us to integrate the data from different sources to different sources. Yes.
BID is what is
Forget about it. In the installation, I'll show you everything. Okay. So as of now, don't worry about it. Just those are the components that we mentioned. Nothing to worry. Where to select, how to select, where to see whether installed or not. Everything I'll explain. Nothing to worry.
Okay.
Yeah. Please audio. What happened, David? What happened? My audio is clear, David. Okay, fine. Any other questions? Any other questions, doubts? Right? Ready? Fastest fingers first. Everyone is ready? Ready or not?
Ready, sir.
Ready, sir.
Good. Okay, then right. What things we have discussed yesterday? We discussed about editions, right? And we discussed about yes. Right, guys. Okay, so the question is, okay, so on what versions, on what Windows versions or Windows servers I can install my SQL Server 2008 R2? Direct message to me, okay? Direct message to me on what versions, on what Windows servers I can install my SQL Server 2008 R2. No, Chandrakant. Okay, I need complete version. Okay, don't tell -7 to +7. Sajal Verma, 2005, 2008, 2008 R2. Sajal Verma, kind request. Do we have 2005 Windows Server? You said you just mentioned all SQL Server versions. 2016, 2017. Hemalalita 2003, 2008, 8 R2, 12 R2. Hema, as of now, Hema is the topper. 2000. Okay, so Hema, I'll treat Hema is the winner of this question. Santosh 2003, 3, 8 R2, 12 R2, 16, 19. Okay, 2008 R2 +7 -7, right? 2001 to +7 means 2015. So how come you install 2008 R2 and 2016? Okay, that's fine. 2016 is acceptable. But 2019, see, I'm saying you can install it. It's possible to install 2008 R2 on 2019 also, but you have to update your SQL Server first. whichever is lower version, you have to update the SQL Server. Or if imagine if Windows Server is lower version, you have to update the Windows Server. Okay, you have to apply the patches so that the gap will be decreased. Clear, guys? Okay, that's fine. And let me go back. Lalita till 2012 R2, Muthukumar 2000, agree. Okay, 2008 years. Okay, fine. And no problem. Kusuma, okay. Hari Royal, okay. 2000 again. Hari Royal, you mentioned 2005 and 2014. You mentioned about SQL Server versions. Sajal Verma 2003, Satish Reddy 2003, 8 R to 12, 12 R to 16. Okay, Satish. Okay, fine. Your answer is correct. Okay, 2000. But as per my formula, it will be up to 2012 R2. Okay. So, okay, that's fine. Let's go with this. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Let me open. Performance. Okay. I'll note down here. Right. Fine. Ready? And what are the components of SQL Server? Components of SQL Server. DB Engine, SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. Very good, Muthukumar. You are the winner. Database Engine Services, BITS, Business Intelligence. Okay, Analysis Services, Reporting Services, Database Engine, BITS, Integration, Reporting, Analysis. Okay. So as of now, Muthukumar is the winner for this question. Okay. So let me go with this Muthukumar. Muthukumar, where is the Excel sheet? Right. Right. What are the virtualization softwares in the market, guys? What are the virtualization softwares in the market? What are the virtualization softwares in the market? Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. So the winner is Praneeth Raju. Okay. Praneeth Raju. Praneeth. Guys, okay. Fine. And with that note, we discussed, yes, very important question. And ready. What are the editions are there for SQL Server? I'm not asking how many editions. What are the editions are there in SQL Server? Standard edition, enterprise edition, development edition. Okay, Chandrakant. Let me go for other answers. Shivanti, Express, Standard, Developer, Enterprise. Okay, very good. Express, Standard, Developer, Enterprise, and Express, Standard, Express Evaluation, Developer, Standard, Enterprise. Express Evaluation, Developer, Standard, Enterprise. Right. Okay. So Shravanti, you missed the evaluation edition, and Kusma, you are correct. Okay, you mentioned all 5 editions, whatever editions that we have discussed yesterday, that you mentioned all the 5 editions. Okay, so I'll consider Kusuma as the winner of this round. Okay, guys, very good, guys, very good. Okay, excellent. Fine. Right. That's it. Okay, so let's jump into the topic. Any questions, any doubts?
Can you give me recording permission?
Oh, okay, okay. Let me give you the recording permissions. Please, your name, please.
Dinesh Kumar Reddy.
Dinesh Kumar Reddy. Again, you joined?
Yeah, yes, sir. Because of network.
Okay, okay, done. Anyone joined from 2 devices, guys? Sir, does bids include SSI? Yes, bids means SSIS, SSAS, SSRS. Okay, you can call those 3 components as a bids. Business Intelligence Development Studio, bids. Okay, so those who are trying as data analysts, okay, those who are trying as data analysts, they can learn this tools like bids tools and all, analysis services, reporting services. Okay, so those who are trying as business analyst, data analyst, for them bids components are very useful. Okay, we are not going to touch any bids. We'll install simply the components, analysis services, reporting services, integration services. These components only we are going to install. Okay, we are not going to work on any of these components. Our main work is database engine only. Clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts? Right, fine. So we discussed about and we started working on installing Oracle VirtualBox, right? So we have 3 virtualization softwares. 3 famous virtualization softwares are there in the market. One is VMware, second one is Oracle VirtualBox, third one is Microsoft Hyper-V, right? And we are going to do our practice, complete practice in the Oracle VirtualBox, and I'll show you how to configure a machine, how to build a machine, okay, on-prem machine. What is meant by on-prem, guys? What is meant by on-prem machine?
Within our premise.
On-premise, which is not in cloud.
Okay, very good. Which is on-premises, means which the company is managing, you can call it as a on-prem. See, De Silva, there is a difference between physical machine and on-prem machine. Okay, on-prem machines, Shravanti and De Silva. Okay, on-prem machines can be a physical machines or virtual machines. On-prem means simply if the company is managing the server, that is on-prem machine. Okay, either the server is a physical server or virtual server. Don't think on-prem means only physical machines. Okay, if the company is managing a server, that machine is called on-prem machine or on-prem servers. If cloud is managing, if it was managed by someone else like Microsoft, AWS, Amazon, okay, then those machines you can call it as a cloud machines. Okay, if I am managing my own machine, that is on-prem machine, on behalf of me, someone is managing those machines or servers, that is called cloud. Clear? Right? Fine. What is meant by BM? BM.
Bare metals.
Bare metals means what?
Physical machine.
Physical machines. Physical
Who is that?
machines.
Who said that bare metal answer? Who? Who said that bare metal answer? Someone said bare metal, right?
Yes,
Who?
Nukraju.
Nokraj, very good. Okay. So you are the first, right? You said, right? You are the first one. Yes. If no one is responding, you are the first one. Right. Fine. Yes, bare metal. Yesterday we discussed about the differences between bare metal and physical machines. Okay. FIAC. Okay. FIAC. Okay. Let me change it to FIAC. Let me add FIAC also. Okay, fine. So yesterday we discussed about the differences between a physical machine and a virtual machine. How virtual machine is going to be created, guys? Simply see, virtual machine means don't think like you are going to get it from air, or you are going to get it from someone somewhere else. Okay, simply by using your existing resources, okay, we can configure the virtual machines. If I want to configure a virtual machine, what I should have mainly, yesterday we discussed what are the resources. We should have CPU, we should have memory, right? And of course operating system also should be there. So from where we are going to get this CPU and memory? Again, these virtual machines are going to use your laptop CPU and memory only. Laptop means physical machine, right? That means from any physical machine, you have to get these resources. Don't think like I can get unlimited CPU, I can get unlimited memory, virtual CPU, virtual memory and all. Yes, correct, virtual CPU only, but this virtual CPU also can be created based on the physical CPU only. Okay, so by using your physical laptop, and with the help of one virtualization software, we are going to create virtual machines. Okay, so that means you cannot create unlimited virtual machines and all. Even though you can create unlimited virtual machines, you cannot run all virtual machines at a time. Why? Because say for example, if I created one virtual machine, means one server, if I created one virtual machines with 2 GB RAM and 1 CPU. Okay, so from where I'm going to get this 2 GB RAM and 1 CPU? Again from your laptop. Okay, your laptop is having 4 GB RAM. Imagine your laptop is having 4 GB RAM, right? In that 4 GB, you are allocating 2 GB and your laptop is having 4 GB RAM and 2 core CPU. Okay, so in these resources, you're allocating 2 GB to one machine and 1 CPU, 1 core. Okay, 1 core to the same machine. Agree? So like that, how many machines? Of course, you cannot create more than one VM. Why? Because if you allocate all the memory to virtual machines, if you start the virtual machines, what happened? Those virtual machines start consuming all the 4 GB. If they started consuming all the 4 GB, your local laptop doesn't have any memory to run. So what happened? Your laptop will be struck. It will be hung, right? It will be hung. Hung means it won't respond at all. Simply, it won't respond at all. It will be hung. Okay, clear? So by using your existing laptop resources only, I can create multiple virtual machines, right? If you see here, I just created lot of virtual machines. If you see here in my Oracle Virtual Box, I just created lot of virtual machines. That doesn't mean that I can access all virtual machines at a time. Okay, if you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 machines are there. Even though if I give 1 GB for each machine, I have to use 9 GB. But what is my total memory? What is the shortcut key, guys, to check the system information? What is the keyboard shortcut to check the system information? What is the shortcut key?
MS Info 32.
MS Info 32.
Yes, okay, it's MS Info 32, right? Yes, okay, so you have to open run and you have to check MS Info 32. It will tell you how much. So I'll show you the output as well. MS Info 32, you can see your system information. Okay, you can see your system information. What is the OS you install in your system, and what is the company, which company laptop you are using, and of course what is the processor. Okay, you can see here the processor and all. And of course, if you go down, you can see the physical memory. Memory means RAM, guys. Okay, there is a difference between memory and storage. Memory means RAM, storage, okay, is your hard disk. Okay, so in the memory, the things are going to be stored temporarily, whereas in the storage, in the hard disk, the things are going to be stored permanently. That is the difference between RAM and storage, memory and storage. Okay, so again, if you see here, I can see 12 GB RAM, but if you see 9 machines are there, even though in the worst case, if I gave 1 GB for each machine, what happened? If I start all the machines at a time, it will consume 9 GB. Okay, without starting, how much it is consuming now? Without starting, how much my laptop is consuming now? How much memory my laptop is consuming now? How to identify? For that, you have to open Task Manager. How can I open Task Manager? This is your taskbar, guys. Okay, you can see, right, the window, the whole bar, you can call it as a taskbar. Okay, and right click on the taskbar and you can just click on Task Manager. There is a shortcut key also, Task MGR, I guess. Yes, Task MGR. Okay, that is the shortcut key. And if you go to performance, there you can see, okay, out of 12 GB RAM, 5.7 GB is already being used. Even though if I did not start even a single machine also, my OS, my laptop is using 5.7 GB. Why? Because lot of applications I opened, right? This is one application. Chrome is one application. OneNote is one application. Okay. Teams is one application. This is one application. This is one application. So a lot of applications are running in the background. So now it is running 5.7 GB, means almost 6 GB it is consuming. Imagine if I start all 9 machines. Imagine each machine RAM is 1 GB. If I start all 9 machines, it will consume 9 GB. Plus already it is consuming 6 GB. 9 plus 6, how much? 15, right? But I have only 12 GB RAM. How can I use 15 GB with 12 GB RAM? Agree? I have only 12 rupees. How can I give 15 rupees to you? Don't ask. Okay, sir, you can borrow and you can give it to me. Okay. So not like that. So whatever I have, I can give it to you. But here I have only 12 GB RAM. But if I started all the VMs, what happened? It will consume 15 GB. What happened? Your requirement is greater than your existing memory, so your system will be hung. Clear, guys? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Right? So this is how it will manage. So again, virtual machines means don't think it will take the memory and all from a different from anywhere else. It will simply use your existing memory only. That's why if you have 4 GB RAM, you cannot practice well. Okay, you should have. Why? Because next time after, like, once we started this Active Directory, once we started this HADR concepts like lock shipping, mirroring and all, we are going to run 3 machines at a time. Okay, 3 machines should run at a time. So 3 machines means, imagine 3 into 2, 6 GB RAM you should have only for VMs. Okay, your local laptop, at least it will consume 3 to 4 GB. Okay, so your laptop, at least it will consume 3 to 4 GB. So total how much? 10 GB should be there. Okay, if you decrease 1 GB, say for example, here if you manage with 4 GB, 1 GB for Active Directory, 2 GB for node 1, 1 GB for node 2, then you can manage with 4 GB. But things little bit slow. Why? Because you are simply, say for example, you have, okay, 500 grams of food. There are only two people are there. If you just share that 500 grams of food, then each one will get 250 grams, 250 grams. You have same 500 grams of food, but we have now 4 people are there. If you share to each one, everyone will get 125 grams, 125 grams. Right? Means if the count is increasing, the food each person is going to get is going to decrease. Agree? In the same way, if virtual machines are increasing, again the resources are going to be decreased. Okay, guys. So this is how. So that's why now immediately not required. Okay, at least after like 3 to 4 weeks, we are going to start this Active Directory HADR concepts. By that time you should have 8 to 12 GB RAM. It's good. Otherwise, okay, the things are little bit slow. And of course, what I can do now, as discussed, I'll show you how to create a virtual machine using VM VirtualBox, Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, this is on-prem machine, and I'll help you to create, okay, Azure VM also, so that you can practice in the Azure also. Okay, I'll show you that one. Do you all need to install Oracle VirtualBox? Yes, Muthu. You have to install Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, you have to install Oracle VirtualBox to practice. Yesterday we discussed, right, how to install Oracle VirtualBox and all. Right? So anyone having any issues, any questions, how to install Oracle VirtualBox? Simply download the Oracle VirtualBox from the Google. Okay, and open the file. Next. You will get a pop-up, network related pop-up, network adapter pop-up. Just click on install. Okay, and then automatically it will be installed. Once it was installed, it will create a shortcut on your desktop. Clear? Any issues in installing Oracle VirtualBox? Everyone clear?
No,
Right?
no, clear.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you, Raviteja, nothing to worry about Active Directory at this moment. Okay, we cannot discuss Active Directory. I'll show you. There is a, I'm going to like draw a diagram and all. What is Active Directory, how it will work, everything I'll explain. Okay, not now. Nothing to worry. Okay, fine. So what I can do with that note, let me open this Oracle VirtualBox. Let me create one virtual machine. Okay, right click, open, run as administrator. Guys, remember one thing. So as a DBS, okay, don't open any application by double clicking on it, except this notepads, documents, Excel sheets. Okay, any file any application, not file, actually notepads, these and all files, those are not applications. Files you can open by just double clicking on it, but applications, make sure you're opening with the help of run as administrator mode, guys. Very important mode, very useful mode, guys. Run as administrator mode, you have to open any application, right click, you have to choose run as administrator. So if you choose, sometimes if you don't choose run as administrator, if you double click on the application, sometimes it will work fine, but in worst cases, it will throw the errors and all. The simple solution for that error is you have to open the application with run as admin mode. Okay, so guys, you will get very rare errors if you directly open the application. I'm not saying every time you will get the errors, but in case if your laptop is having some issues and all, while double clicking on this application, you'll get the error. So make sure you're opening habituate with that. Okay, why? Because in the organization also will open every application with run as admin mode only. Elevated access. Okay, run as admin mode means elevated access, so that you will have more privileges and you won't get the errors and all. Okay, some applications should open run as administrator only to avoid the errors and all. Okay, guys, so please make it habit. So try to open every application. Yes, thank you for that, Rajesh. Time it is showing 2 minutes. Guys, one important point, every 40 minutes, the meeting is going to be closed automatically. Okay, and please use the same meeting link to join immediately. Every 40 minutes. In 1 minute, now it is going to close. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me close this meeting. Let me reopen the meeting link. Please join immediately with the same link. Okay, I'm closing and reopening the meeting link. Please join immediately with the same link.